You know that feeling, right? That feeling of knowing you be doing something, to be doing something, but you just can't. You're stuck. Frozen. Maybe you tell yourself you work better under pressure, maybe you think you just need to get organized first, or maybe you just open Instagram. Again, listen, I get it, we've all been there. Staring at a blank screen, a mountain of laundry, or that side hustle business plan, feeling totally overwhelmed. But what if I told you that procrastination isn't about laziness? What if it's not even about willpower? What if I told you it's all about something much deeper, something we can actually change? Stay with me, because once you understand the real reason you procrastinate, you can finally break free. Here's the thing. Procrastination isn't a character flaw, it's not a sign that you're lazy or undisciplined. In fact, a lot of really smart, capable people are chronic procrastinators. Why? Because procrastination is a habit. It's a loop, a cycle that your brain gets stuck in. Think about it. You have a goal, something you want to achieve, but then the doubts creep in. You start to worry about failing, about not being good enough. That worry triggers stress, and your brain, being the amazing, self-protecting organ that it is, wants to get rid of that stress. So what does it do? It finds an escape route: procrastination. Suddenly, cleaning the kitchen seems incredibly important. Or maybe you just to check Instagram one more time. The problem is, the relief you get from procrastinating is temporary. The stress is still there, lurking beneath the surface. And to make matters worse, you now have the added guilt and shame of not taking action. This creates a vicious cycle, the failure loop. You procrastinate to avoid stress, but it only leads to more stress, which makes you procrastinate even more. It's a trap. Let's get real for a second. One of the biggest reasons we get stuck in the failure loop is because we're focusing on the wrong thing. We get so caught up in the end result, the big, scary goal, that we forget about the process. We think, I have to write a whole book, or I need to lose 50 pounds, and we get overwhelmed before we even start. We become paralyzed by the enormity of the task, and our brain, desperate for a break, says, Netflix it is. Here's the truth. Results take time, they take effort, and they definitely don't happen overnight. When you focus solely on the outcome, you're setting yourself up for disappointment, frustration, and a whole lot of procrastination. It's like trying to run a marathon without thinking about all the training and preparation it takes to get there. You wouldn't expect to just wake up one day and run 26.2 miles, would you? So why do we do it with our goals? It's time to shift our focus. Instead of obsessing over the finish line, let's start paying attention to the steps it takes to get there. Chapter 3. Ready for a game changer? Here it is. Stop measuring your success based on results alone. Instead, start measuring your progress by the actions you take. This is huge, because when you focus on the process, when you break down your goals into small, manageable steps, you take the power away from procrastination. Suddenly, it's not about writing a whole book, it's about writing 1 page a day. It's not about losing 50 pounds, it's about making healthier choices at each meal. See the difference? When you focus on action, you create momentum. And momentum is the key to breaking free from the procrastination trap. Every small step you take, every action you complete, no matter how small, is a victory. It's proof that you're moving forward, that you're making progress. And that, my friend, is incredibly motivating. Remember, you don't eat an elephant in one bite. You eat it 1 bite at a time. The same goes for your goals. Break them down, focus on the actions, and watch yourself soar. Chapter 4. Let's talk about the power of small. We often underestimate the impact of tiny actions, but trust me, they are the secret sauce to overcoming procrastination. When you're feeling stuck, the last thing you want to do is tackle a huge, overwhelming task. That's a recipe for disaster, or at least a date with your couch and a bag of chips. Instead, try this. Identify the smallest possible step you can take towards your goal. And I mean tiny. Something you can do in 5 minutes or less. Write 1 sentence, do 5 push-ups, clear off 1 corner of your desk. It may seem insignificant, but here's the magic. Taking that first small step sends a powerful signal to your brain. It says, hey, we're doing this, we're moving forward. And that, my friend, is how you break the procrastination spell. Once you've taken that first step, it's amazing how much easier it is to take the next one and the next one after that. You build momentum, and suddenly, you're on a roll. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. Small actions, consistent effort, massive results. That's the formula. Chapter 5. Now let's get real for a minute. Sometimes, procrastination is about more than just fear or overwhelm. Sometimes it's a symptom of something deeper. Maybe you're procrastinating because you're afraid of success. Maybe you're afraid of what will happen if you actually achieve your goals. Or maybe you're procrastinating because you're not passionate about what you're doing. You're going through the motions, but your heart isn't really in it. If that's the case, it's time to do some soul searching. Ask yourself the tough questions. Why am I doing this? What do I really want? What brings me joy? It's not always easy to face these questions, but it's essential if you want to break free from procrastination for good. Remember, you deserve to live a life you're excited about, a life filled with passion, purpose, and fulfillment. Don't let procrastination steal that from you. Dig deep, find your why, and watch your motivation soar. Outro. Listen, we all procrastinate sometimes. It's part of being human, but it doesn't have to control your life. Remember, procrastination is a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. The key is to start small, focus on the process, and celebrate your wins along the way. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it will never come. The perfect moment is now. Take that first step, no matter how small, and watch your life transform.